All right, y'all. Okay, so today's Friday, end of the week. As you know, I've been hitting some type of like hip thrust variation Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Usually, that's pretty much stayed the same. I just switched up other stuff, like you know what I mean, like kickbacks on certain days and stuff like that. Or so this is like blood flow, burnout, high rep, lower weight. You know what I mean? I've been doing this on the glute drive machine. I mean, I've done lower weights here. It's just like in this new little program, I was just thinking that I was just taking barbell out, except for like Wednesdays. But I'm just going to keep it in. I'm going to just keep that consistent. I feel like with my body type and stuff like that and like how my mechanics are set up, even though barbell takes a lot more stabilization and stuff like that, like it's a free weight, you know what I mean? So you can move better with it. You know what I mean? Versus this glute, I keep pointing out, it's right, there's a machine right here, the glute drive machine. It's like, it's still got that little awkwardness, you know what I mean? Like, there's still a little bit of that awkwardness. Same thing with Smith machine. It's like, So, here I am. It's 15 to 20 reps. All right, so I want to talk to you guys a few different topics. So, hip thrust, I mean, it gets to a point where it gets like, I don't really see myself going like, I'm not trying to aspire to do like 6 plates or 7 plates, because if you read up on it, it's like, you can't just, it's not like you can just keep adding weight and your butt's going to keep growing like forever, indefinitely. There's a point where it does equal out, you know what I mean? And it's on your joints, going really, really heavy, just because like maybe your muscles can do it, your joints get taxed too, you know? Okay, so anyways, I say all that to say, I've been kind of playing around in like I've never done 5 plates on barbell, but I've done 4 plates and 35, which is like almost 5 plates. But it just comes to a point where it's just not like my body is not moving it super efficiently, which I'm fine with. Like, you know, past that, it's like, okay, I'm not trying to ego lift and stuff like that. There's so many different ways to grow your glutes. And past 4 plates, like I read like 2.5 times or 3 times your weight is about the range where people do kind of max out their potential with the barbell. You know what I mean? But there's just other ways, different techniques. So I'd be seeing people and they'd be doing like 5-6 plates on the Smith machine, but they're not using full range, you know? And so it's like this, it's not a pet peeve, but it's just kind of like, what are we really doing here? You know what I mean? Like, I want to see if you could do that weight on barbell, full range, good reps, then I would believe it. You know what I mean? But that Smith machine be having people, see, it didn't work for me. Like, I tried it the other day. Like, I tried it a couple times. I don't know if it's going to work for me. But I be seeing people and they just be going off, you know what I mean, on the Smith machine. I'm like, okay, well, let's see. You know what I mean? So I don't know if y'all seen that or whatever. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's impressive up until a certain extent, right? Because if you're not coming all the way down, everybody knows like half reps, you can do more reps as a half rep, you know? All right, let me do my set. All right. So I said all that to say that I really try to do the right thing. You know what I mean? Ethical. I'm just kidding. I try to do the right thing in that I don't just, if I can't do the set, full range, you know, not too much bouncing around at the top, it doesn't count. And that's why it's like, I can stay at my little, I'm not saying I gotta stay where I'm at, but playing around past 4 plates for me is like, it's a hit or miss some days. And since I'm cutting, I really don't have my energy levels. I'm not tired or fatigued or anything like that, like majorly. It's just to move heavy weights, it's a lot. You know what I mean? So if I am gonna go up consistently, which everybody knows, but he'll be like, not really cheating. It's just like, they don't really, they'll be bouncing around and they don't be doing full range. This weight's not that heavy. It's, well, let's see, 35 on each side. I don't know. I to me, it feels challenging. That's what I will say. To get to 10 reps, it feels challenging for sure. But do I want to call it heavy? Lunges is just not, I'd say reverse lunges is not like a strong lift for me. I remember when I was doing walking lunges, those I kept progressing more and more with. That was a lot of endurance too. Because I remember in the beginning, it was just like I would tap out breathing wise, I think before my legs would. But that was kind of like, I'd say like more like last summer-ish, like fall, probably something like that. And, but I read that walking lunges are going to be like, kind of like easier because, well, not that you can use momentum, but it's like a forward motion. So you just like, but this is like back. So different feel. All right, this will be my third set. like this feel better. If I had to decide, like dumbbells, between like dumbbells and then the single arm with the cables, because I feel like I have more control and I can really like adjust it when I'm in the middle of the set. Because when you're using the, hold on, let me finish. Only thing with single arm, you gotta do both. You gotta, it takes longer. So with the cables, like you literally can adjust it during the actual set to hit. You know what I mean? I feel like you can with like that standing machine. You know what I mean? I think I can do that better with the ones here at Alpha Land. I don't know why. I think because like the handles. But the one at Amped, I don't know, it just kind of felt like it was just kind of like just stuck right in here. And if you want to adjust, you got to kind of step back with it. But at least with the cables, you don't got to step back with it. You can really just move around like almost like free weight. And you definitely can do that with dumbbells. So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to kind of stick to more like a cable and dumbbell stuff. I mean, I come back to dumbbell like quite often, regardless. But that felt good. You know what I mean? It just takes longer. So. Right. So, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Sometimes, like, each one, I feel like I may want to come a little bit more forward. It's like a little bit more forward. Kind of get that squeeze on it. Right? So it kind of just varies. It kind of varies. All right, y'all. So I was on the fence. So I was supposed to do like glutes, like light glutes, pump glutes, and then like some shoulders. But I don't know if I told y'all, like it's been like irritating me back here. You know what I mean? So I don't know, for whatever reason today, it's like it's irritating me. I mean, I didn't really want to aggravate it, but it seems like when I'm going slow, lighter weight, I don't really feel the aggravation too. Like, I don't really feel it. So I was like, let me just do some light, like really like light stuff, controlled. These ones went well, no irritation. And I'm gonna do like some upright, maybe like 2 sets and then call it a day. That's pretty much it. But yeah, no, what I was gonna say was, I forgot to finish that. I said I was gonna tell you the story time last time. It's like not really that big of a deal. But, I mean, in a nutshell, it's like, I just be feeling like people be trying to, like, size you up and try to tell you, like, they'll be like, why don't you compete? That's the one I get a lot. Why don't you compete? You should compete. You know what I mean? Like, they're trying to size you up. They're trying to reason, like, why you're working out or what, you know, and I don't take it as compliments. People are like, you should just take it as a compliment. Not really, because I'm kind of like, I just think people don't really know what to say all the time. They don't know what to say. So they just like, they just don't know what to say. You know what I mean? Like, so they start not really tripping. It's just like, okay, I get it. Like, that's why I told you I want to kind of be ducked off sometimes. Like, I get to the point where I'm just like, you know what? Let me go and just be like private. Because like, for example, like this guy came up to me the other day. He's like, I like your work ethic and you look like you do CrossFit. And I was like, CrossFit? Like, I don't know. It just kind of, for some reason, like, I was like, okay. Because if anything, I mean, I'm not knocking CrossFit. It's just like, I actually take pride in sculpting my body, you know, trying different things that are like isolate the muscles that I want to work on, and so I can look a certain way. And I know that's not a philosophy of CrossFit. So if anything, it's just like, where did you get that from? You know what I mean? Well, where did you get that from? And so that was the thing. And it's like, oh, look, you're lifting all this weight and whatever. I just don't want to talk about it. Like, why are we talking about it? Like, let's talk about something else. Like, I don't want to talk about, because what I found is like, and then like other people come up to me like, oh, I see you're doing glutes again today. Or, you know, it's just like, I don't know. It's starting to bother me. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, I am. You know what I mean? People be watching too much, and then they be admitting that they're watching. And I'm like, okay, just, because everybody's doing something different. You don't know what kind of time that person's on that particular day. Like, I'm trying to zone in or whatever. Like, I'm not saying people need to be considerate of that, but it's just like, I don't really want to talk about how many times I'm doing something a week or all that. You know what I mean? And maybe it's just like conversation pieces. I don't know. But I know people are always trying to say something. They're always trying to say something. And then that same particular guy came back another day and was like asking me, so how long do you rest between sets? And I was just like, well, you know, I get that there's so many different ways to work out. And if you're trying to like burn a whole bunch of fat, you're doing like boot camps and stuff. Yeah, you're going to be timed. There's a timer. And then the instructor's going to be like, okay, you only have 90 seconds to rest and we need to get back to it. So it's like a like timed situation. So when I'm doing stuff like the pendulum squat or whatever, like hip thrusts, it's not about, let me just watch the clock. And then as soon as it hits 90 seconds or 2 minutes, then I have to jump back in. But you will have learned that if you work out as far as like lifting weights, you know, it's not down to how much time in between. You rest until your body, and my answer to him was like, I rest until I feel like I can get back into my set efficiently and get the amount of reps that I need to get for my particular set. Like, that's the answer. That is the answer for me. And he was all like in his mind, before I said that, he was like saying, oh, that's a long rest. Oh, look at you. Like, you're taking too, like, almost like trying to like down me. Oh, you're taking too long, or why are you taking so long? And I'm like, this is how I want to talk to people. Everybody's on a different page. Everybody's on a different time. You know what I mean? So, and I went home and I was like, he doesn't even know what he's talking about. Because this particular person, they just be doing like this little like cardio types workout, you know, maybe some weights, you know what I mean? But the philosophy is like totally different. So then somebody's trying to like, you know, joke around with you. Oh, you're taking too long. No, because if you know anything about lifting weights, each set is going to take more out of you. And as you move through your sets, you're going to get more fatigued. And so you may take a little bit of a longer rest in between sets. It's not just like down to a number, you know what I mean? So I don't know why it just like kind of aggravated me. And so I don't know. I just feel like as you start to like lift weights and do what you got to do, there's different strategies to get to where you want to go, and kind of threw me off. So that was a story time on that. And I'm just like, you know what? No, like don't come at me and try to like tell me. Anyways, I'm rambling, but you get what I'm saying? So I have a lot more of that. You know what I mean? People always be trying to like one guy in particular was like, okay, so what I was saying was, I hold like fat around here, which I told you guys. He was like, okay, you need to do some crunches. I was like, no, you don't do crunches. You don't do crunches for belly fat. I don't know why everybody, like, I feel like, you know how people say, it's 2025. It's 2025. Everything is, it's 2025. And you should know better on certain things, right? You know what I mean? But like, almost like this fits perfectly. It's 2025. And how do people still keep thinking that you can spot, treat fat? I just don't understand it. So it's like, no, you don't do crunches for losing belly fat. So anyways, let me do these upright rows.